media and hook it up.
What's up? Good morning. Well, not good morning. Good evening. Shit.
Well,
it's been a long one. It's been a long day. You know how I do it, Larry. All right, we about to get love.
Larry Love. What's up, Larry Love?
We about to get started. All right, love you, son.
It's live.
We live.
Oh shit! Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get some shit together. Just while y'all come on in. While y'all come on in.
Wonder why we turn something off.
Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get some shit together.
About to do that countdown. It's the preload, as Navita calls it. Preload.
All right, y'all. Come on in, goddamn. We got a good conversation going today. Where my glasses at? We got to talk about some serious shit today. So come on in. It's some serious shit today. We got a great topic, an opportunity to engage, learn with each other, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? The lines is going to be open. You know what I'm talking about. And we're going to do it. I'm trying to get my little papers together. We about to do the countdown and get started. Let's see. I got it. All right. As soon as Hot Tim get this set up on here, we're going to do the countdown. We're going to get started with this shit. Hope everybody had a good week. What I need to do next? I typed it in.
You typed in, you straight, bro.
Just type join me, click join meeting.
Right.
Okay.
Join meeting. If the music started to pop up in the corner, you should be able to turn it off.
Now what?
Oh, we straight.
All right.
And then all we gotta do is share that screen. So we'll
just go ahead and do this. Go back to all right. We about to do the countdown and we about to get on. Okay, what do you want me to do?
Stop.
Excuse me.
All right. We're gonna count down and we're gonna get to it. So y'all get on in here with us. What's up? What up? What up? All right, y'all.
What up?
Thank you for joining us on Blunt Talk. It's been a great week, busy week.
Yes, it has.
A lot of shit going on. Before we get to our main topic, which is dating, how you want to say it? Dating with children. You know what I'm saying? How you're having people out here dating, and sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're making good choices and sometimes you're making bad choices. And what are the expectations when you're dating somebody who has children? Have you ever had a bad experience with somebody who has children? You ever had good experiences? What has your experiences been like when you out here dating somebody with children? And that's something we really got to think about, because before I get to it though, any current events, anything about anybody want to talk about? Let me say this real quick. We got Juneteenth coming up.
Juneteenth,
which is June 19th. Anybody interested in it? It's going to be at Goodell Park this year. It's a paid holiday now, so people will have it off. If anybody's interested in doing any kind of performing for Juneteenth, hit my inbox or hit Giame Journey's inbox or Hatim or Lumala. You want some poetry you want to do, you got some music, you want to vend, you can come on through there and vend. It's going to be a nice event. You know what I'm saying? COVID friendly and shit. It's all out in the open.
Located at?
Goodell Park.
All right.
She got a drink on. We're about to get started. All right.
So anybody have anything else I want to announce?
Nah. I'm just kind of upset because I'm gonna have to pick a random picture Well, the subject is family. Let me put a picture.
Okay, well, let me go ahead.
Get started.
So today we're going to talk about being single and dating with children. So I'm going to give you a little bit of statistics I found. It says the number of U.S. children living in a single-parent family home from 2019, there was about 15.76 million children living with single mothers. 15.76 million women out here, single mothers in the United States. And there's 3.23 million children living with fathers. So we know that there's people are out here single with children and dating. And I was talking with somebody, and this is how this subject came up. Talking to a friend of mine.
Do I know?
And no, you don't. And he said that he was dating his sister, and he felt like, her son was problematic.
He actually said this to you?
Yeah, excuse me. And he said that going forward, he would not date a woman if she has a son, as she's single with a son. He said he finds it's different when it's dealing with a single woman and girls, but he felt like there was a competition between her and the son. And one thing I find that I think, and a lot of men sometimes, I think men need to realize this kind of shit too. I dated a dude one time, that was jealous of my son. He was jealous of the relationship with my son. And I had to boot that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But, a lot of men feel like for whatever the reason, and there's different scenarios that take place. There's not all one scenario that happens. In this particular scenario, this motherfucking dude was dead wrong. He wanted me. What are you doing?
Keep on talking.
He wanted me to give all my time.
You agreeing with her now?
Come on now, what are you doing?
I'm trying to put up the Uber conference, so go ahead and stop playing with me.
So why do we need to put it up?
Because we got to share the screen, baby.
You don't have to with the caller. You don't have to do that. Okay. As long as we can hear the caller, that's all that
cool.
matters.
All right, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Leave it alone. That's how you be doing shit and you be fucking up.
God damn it, I quit.
So anyway, like one time, I'm gonna give you an example. We was at Disney. This one, I live in Los Angeles. We was in Disney at Disneyland, right? My son had to be like in the second grade. It was me, him, and my son. We go on my son's first roller coaster ride. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ride with my son on the roller coaster. This nigga get mad. He want me to ride with him and let my son ride by himself. Nigga, I'll crash you in this motherfucking amusement park if you think you're gonna get me to make my son get on his first roller coaster by his motherfucking self, so I can ride with your overgrown motherfucking ass. But see, he was jealous. It was like there was a competition for my attention. And I was young then, and I kind of, I was pissed about it, but I stayed with him, and you learn and you grow. But eventually, you know what I'm saying? I had to dump that motherfucker because, he was jealous of my son. He wanted to dominate my time more than my son would. And I'm not for that. I'm not for that, whether I'm, if we boyfriend, girlfriend, man and woman, husband and wife. My kids will always come first, period.
Now, but that's problematic when a man is trying to build a family with you, trying to build a life with you.
His kids should come first. But I won't date anybody whose children don't come first. But even before me, I feel like your children should come first before me. So I ask men that question.
Are you an anomaly? Are you something that's usual?
I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
But, if your kids don't come first to you, you know what I'm saying? If there's something that goes down and there's a situation that you got to decide, like, okay, I got $500. My daughter needs $500 or my wife needs $500. My daughter going to get the $500.
Why not give them $250 apiece?
Okay, you know what this nigga, but you get the concept.
I get the concept.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what? Was you dropped on your head?
Yeah, a couple of times.
I could tell. Ooh, Lord,
a couple of times.
You start smoking dope.
I can't smoke no
but
dope.
But so I remember we were talking, and there was a situation you said sometimes you feel why it's problematic with men with women with boys.
This is an opinion that a lot of people don't agree with. This is Brother Hatim's opinion. This is not Giami Journey's opinion. This is definitely not Sister Navita's opinion because y'all done heard her argue about it. But we're human beings, and human beings are animals. People don't believe that shit. So one of the things that you notice about a lot of mammals, when a new man come into a female mammal's life, what they do is they try to destroy everything that was there first. So they go there and especially young men, because it's competition. You got to kill it. And if you are not in control of who you are, and you've been driven by this world, and you've been driven by your balls and shit like that, you're going to try to take out everything that's competition to you.
So he looks at the woman's son as competition.
Oh, yeah. A woman's son is
and I know that does happen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because you look at these relationships, and because we think we above all that shit, we don't notice the behaviors that go into another man coming into your life trying to demasculate your son.
You think that's done intentionally?
I would say more on the subconscious level. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people ain't like, I want to destroy this little boy.
Because the reason why I say that the reason why I asked that was because, you know, if it's a single woman, like she just mentioned in the paper that she's researched, that you got all of these single women and all of these single men that are raising these little boys and these little girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there's going to be something going on there that if you came from a two-parent household, either if you come from any kind of household, it doesn't matter, you know, that you're going to be like, well, when I'm going to get my time? You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
but
I agree.
But now, as a man or as a woman, you got to figure out how can you have both of them, not sexually, of course not,
right?
But how can you know,
manage your time for
satisfy both of them at the same time?
And you can,
and it can be done.
It can be done.
You don't have to go in a situation.
Possibly, if I'm a super needy individual.
Well, and that's where it's problematic.
You're right.
You need to get rid of a motherfucker super needy motherfucker.
Yeah, you got to get rid of a super needy motherfucker because a super needy motherfucker going to destroy everything.
Going to destroy everything.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people are. You want the whole thing or just that? We get to that straight away.
Yeah. No, let me say this. Christine said too many women make their sons men, which we talked about that on the show before. She also said. Also, too many of too many of these boys raised by women aren't turning out right, so something is wrong. Yes.
Now, but now when you throw another man in there, you got a woman that's raising a young boy wrong. The young boy is going to have conflict with another male coming in the house. Now, a house is not designed for two men to be in charge. Now, one of the problems that we have is because women, here's a warning sign. When a man comes into your house and is not trying to develop relationships with your children. Now, because like a lot of times, you know, authority figure is different than somebody that's developing a relationship with your children.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So if a man come in your house, you've been kicking it with him for 2 weeks and all of a sudden he won't come in and he want to act like daddy. You already know it's gonna be some issue.
It's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a definite problem. I gotta control your mama's time. I gotta control, you know what I'm saying? And especially, and here's another sign for you women. Y'all ready? If he coming in and he wants authority without responsibility.
Say it again.
He want authority without responsibility. I want to be able to tell everybody what the fuck to do when I ain't paying not a bill in the house. The only thing I'm laying down is good dick. And I deserve respect because I got this. Because I got
a dick. That's it.
Not just dick. I got good dick.
They don't even think it don't even got to be good. They think that some men think that they can come into your household immediately, and run the whole shit and go home to their crib. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even living with you. They think they can just come in and run your shit just because they have a dick and they're a man. Because they haven't been taught properly.
Right.
And because too, you know, the animal thing that you are talking about, because you know, I agree with what you said as far as what happens and the dynamics that this man feels like he may have to conquer this other man in his space.
I got to destroy him.
that is an animal instinct, but I feel like we are not animals. So we should be above that.
Okay.
We should be above that. But we have lived in this premise. Because we have lived in this premise of a lot of times the animalistic state. So that we have those animal-like competitions for, shit that we should be able to rationalize as humans.
Now, as human, rationalization is something that was created by us to bring peace to situations.
Whatever reason.
But what I'm saying is, if we had to develop that, is that part of our nature?
There's no proof that we had to.
If it's not part of our nature, then we got to revert back and say, hey, we are animals.
I do believe it's part of our nature, but I think we learned otherwise.
Okay. Right.
We learned otherwise. I think that certain things came into the equation and then shit just got fucked up. But
humans, I think that humans also, we have animal-like qualities. Qualities. But at the same time, we are a little higher than animals because we supposed to be able to talk to one another. Animals, you can't talk animal
you
talk.
In denial.
You can't talk animal talk.
We should be able to rationalize. That's
the point.
Animal
talk? What's animal talk?
That's what I'm saying. So you're a little bit higher than animals.
You don't want to some superhero shit. What's animal talk?
No,
break that down. What is that?
No, stop.
That's why I say that.
He's saying that they should. Well, this is the thing. Go ahead, Illumina. They should be able to communicate. Animals can communicate, and humans can communicate. Okay. They both can communicate. However, we should be able to do more rationalizing. That's what we should be able to do. And if you find yourself exactly, that's why I said should, goddamn, which means there's room for could or what you can do. Okay. I'm not saying there's an absolute, but I'm saying you should be able to. Yes, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that we're animals per se. I'm not in denial. You know what? That's some white people shit. But go ahead.
Let that tigress out, girl. Come on, roar. You know you want to roar.
No, I'm gonna knock the shit out of you in my motherfucking face.
See, animals. The animals coming out of her. Let it out.
Okay.
Go ahead and show your true nature.
So anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch. So, I have found this list.
Why you ain't put Samantha Shaffner's thing on there? What's up? What's up, Shay?
You know her?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. I thought she was spam,
No, she's spamming.
Okay, there you go.
She helped build up the argument.
Okay, well, I believe she's an animal. So, below it says here, I got 8 boundaries that step parents shouldn't cross.
Uh-oh.
All right. So, one talking negatively about your spouse's ex. So, for example, when you date somebody that has children, you can't be saying, for example, I'm dating a Lumilon and I'm talking to his kid and I say, you know what, your mama ain't shit.
Right.
I can't be talking about the mama, even if the mama ain't shit.
That's right.
You know what, you can't come into the picture talking about your mama ain't shit. But what about when somebody told me that when the kids said to them, you ain't my daddy.
Right.
And the motherfucker said, I don't want to be your daddy because your daddy ain't shit.
Right.
Is that acceptable?
No. Now, in a rational world and in the fake reality that humans develop, no, that's not a proper response. But an animal response, it is true.
Okay, what's the proper response?
The proper response would be to not respond.
To say, I'm not trying to be your daddy.
Or better yet, see, because now, once again, that goes back to what I said at the beginning. And right here, you can use my lighter. And listen, family, any man or woman that's coming into your life that is not trying to develop a relationship with you and your children before they go and try to exert some authority, it's a red flag. I'm just letting y'all know right now.
If they come in, because I dated somebody who came in the picture and immediately wanted to dictate what my grandson did. And it really threw me, he guilted me to because I was bringing him into the knowledge. So I was kind of thinking like, this is it takes a village type thing. You know what I'm saying? And so when I did let him come in one time, and discipline my grandson. He didn't put his hands on him or no shit like that. I wasn't going to allow no shit like that. But he made him like stand in the corner and have his arms out for a minute. And then and then his father was here though. And his father and my son heard that shit. He was like, "You better get that motherfucker down there." So okay, and adults should be more emotionally intelligent than the child should be. That's right, Madonna Hill. I like what she said.
That's
you know what? You
up,
should be
Madonna?
more intelligent. You shouldn't say the motherfucker say you ain't my daddy. You should be like, I don't want to be your daddy. Your daddy ain't shit. I just seen that motherfucker over there copping dope on 21st. Nigga.
Now here's a response. You're right. I'm not your father. I agree. You know what I'm saying? But we still got to do what's right around here.
Okay, that's a good response.
I mean, because it's like, but that takes time to develop a relationship. When we come in, see, because we have a warped perception of what a man is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. Because the animal nature is to be overcome. This is why I'm saying we have to go on and understand that we always going to default to that animal nature. It's about dominance. You know what I'm saying? I need to dominate all this. I'm supposedly the man now. I'm coming into your life, and I got to show you that I'm the man. So I got to check your grandson because you don't know what you're doing, even though you've been raising him since he was 3, since he was born.
Let me read Samantha. She said, "My dad passed when I was 31. At 36, if someone tried to tell me anything at all ever, I would want to cut him, but wouldn't. I would tell dude, you ain't shit, and my daddy was the shit." Okay, so I think you had a daddy there to show you an example of what it's supposed to look like. Because some people don't know what that shit's supposed to look like.
Exactly.
You know, I was raised with both of my grandparents, so I had a male and female figure in the home. So I know what that shit's supposed to look like. And nigga, that wasn't it. And I had to tell that motherfucker, this ain't it, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
You call him a bitch?
No, not to the end of the relationship. I probably called him a couple of bitches and hit him in the eyeball. Right, but you know, that shit's a whole nother story. But you know, so don't talk negative though about the ex. That's number one. All right.
Rule 1. Damn, I ain't banking at Huntington. That's a Huntington pen. This whole motherfucker pen blew up. I ain't fucking with
Okay, number 2 is disciplining your stepchildren. This is a line not to cross that just may not seem fair. It might be easy to get caught up in the anger and intensity of the argument, but it's better that you keep your cool. Walk away or wait to speak to your spouse about what happened. What do you think about that?
I agree. Because first off, once you develop the relationship with the children and you let them know I'm not necessarily your peer, you know what I'm saying? And blah, blah, blah. It's certain things that won't happen in front of you. But if they're blatantly disrespectful, you need to wait for that other parent to come in, because what's going to happen is you're going to have a whole world collapse on you. That mom might turn on you, that those kids, that whole other side of their family might come down on you. So what you have to be able to do is to look at the child and like call their mama, because we all got phones now. Call their mama. You need to get here now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not dealing with this.
Because I'm about to fuck this motherfucker up.
I don't totally disagree with that, but I do in a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit, because, you know, before you do anything to a child or anything with the child, right? You know, everybody needs to be present so that the child can know their role with you. You can know their role with the child, and the mother of the child is sitting right there also. You know, she will give the
So you saying a conversation needs to take place.
She will give the agreement and disagreement of what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna give you an example. Illumina, you ain't shit. You ain't doing no fuck with my mama, nigga. You ain't shit. I don't want to deal with you.
No.
Nigga, fuck you.
No.
Fuck you, and you need to get up out the house.
See. You know what? I was in a situation like similar.
Get out the house.
Similar.
Fuck you, nigga.
I was married to this woman, right? And the boy said that the child, it was my stepson. He said that, you know, you ain't my daddy.
You ain't my daddy, Lula.
And
your daddy is Lula.
And see, if you,
I'm gonna get your birth certificate. Tell everybody your daddy.
And see, you know what? See, by you saying that like that, the mother, which is Navita, jumped all over his ass. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Jumped all over that. I ain't had to do nothing. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She jumped all over his ass. Huh?
What did she say?
She said, Motherfucker, I know he ain't your daddy, but he take care of you.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, so you paying bills?
I was married to the woman.
Oh,
You see
see,
what I'm
that's a whole different.
But what I'm
that's a whole
saying is
different
that it's still the same. The philosophy don't change. You know what I'm saying? As long as all agreements are set down and talked about, and the mother is there, you there, all of the children, whether she got 3 children or what, you know, she will say what is going on and what won't go on.
Now I'm gonna ask you.
So, have you ever had a bad experience or a experience dating somebody with children?
Hell yeah.
Was it good? What was it? What was your approach?
My approach is I always develop relationships with the family. Yeah. I'm not developing a relationship with the mom. If I went into a room, if I went into a relationship and that woman had children, not only am I courting her, I'm courting the entire family to develop a relationship.
Right. That's
but
right.
You know, I'm kind of different in that way. Because it's like, that's just the way I was. Because I understood how it felt for a strange man to come into a motherfucking room and think that he was supposed to run some shit.
But shit, you're a strange man if you say, well, I'm ready to marry you. You know what I'm saying?
But if you by the time you're about to get married, you shouldn't be a strange man.
By the time I would be ready, by the time I would tell a woman I was ready to marry her,
you wouldn't be a strange man.
I wouldn't be a strange man, and those children would know me, and those children would know my true concern about them.
You would still be a strange man because you're still not their father.
That doesn't make you a stranger, though.
But listen,
not stranger.
Listen,
but that's what strange comes from. Now, not strange.
What happens is, by the time you get to that point, there should be some emotional breaks within that relationship where that child could really see who you are.
Because if it's going to be a problem, you shouldn't even get married.
If you're living with them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I agree. And even if you're not living with them, if you're the only man that's stepping through your girlfriend door, you know, your fiance door, you know, there should be some understanding between the children and who you are.
Now, I got another issue for y'all.
The children and who you are.
What happens when you walk into a relationship and you got a disrespectful child, not only to you, but the child disrespects the mother?
Then you need to get the fuck out that relationship. You need to get
not necessarily because I've been there too before.
Okay,
I've been there too before.
And what you do?
But the girl didn't disrespect me. The child didn't disrespect me. The child was disrespecting the mother. You know.
But she was disrespecting you.
Well, no, not directly.
Okay.
Not directly. But I used to tell the mother, you know.
Jennifer said it's a package deal. You damn right. It's a package deal.
Yeah. Sometimes you're gonna have to, you know, whip that ass. You see what I'm saying? You know, you know, you got to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the thing.
You don't want me to do it, but you're gonna have to do something to let her know that you can't go through life like this.
But this is the thing. You have some men, and I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of young ladies, single men, single women, and I know men have told me some of the scenarios that when they get into relationships with women whose children disrespect the mother, they feel like, you know what, they can't sit by and watch somebody disrespect their woman, no matter if it's their own child or not. And then that has a tendency to be a problem because the man then jumps in like, you don't talk to your mother like that. And then the little motherfucker be like, fuck you too. Because if he gonna disrespect his mother, he gonna disrespect you. So,
but that shit was going on before you got there.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. And when you get there, if that shit is going on, you need to just get out of there until they get that shit settled out or till that motherfucker is grown and out the motherfucking house.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't
know if that's a good scenario or not. You know
but not so.
Especially if you and the woman got a good relationship.
But we're talking about when we're talking about going in. Stop. We're talking about when you first go in. When you first go into the relationship and you see what's occurring, you have a choice if you want to thug it out and see if y'all can work it out, or you can move on to the next one. Me personally, if I was to meet somebody and I couldn't get along with their kids or their children were disrespectful, I'm gonna say to the father, and then if I tried to step in, because I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect my man in front of me, I'm gonna end up saying like, that's not cool what you said. for the most part, if it's a continuous thing, at some point somebody's gonna say something. So before I put myself in that scenario where I'm like, you little motherfucker, you need to shut the fuck up, and then next thing you know, we into it. I'm not even gonna put myself in that scenario.
And some people don't. But there are situations where that look, when you first get in a situation, the woman, whoever got the children, whoever is in control of the children, whether you go to the man house or the woman house, there needs to be some conversation about, see this child, my child right there, that's the son of a bitch, you know what I'm saying, and whatever the case may be. So that way,
look, Madonna Hill said disrespectful children are non-negotiable.
Yeah,
that's just
I can't do it.
Because you might set yourself up for a case fucking with some different. It's not worth it. It's not even worth the motherfucking headache.
Because what that shows you the ultimate example of the individual that you're dealing with, character. You understand what I'm saying?
Children have a character, but depending on what their age grades are, in the family, that ain't no character, that just fucking bad behavior.
Well, listen,
but that could be changed.
I know women,
man.
I have dealt with
both
women.
Both people gonna have to work together on that shit.
No, that's not for you to work on.
Yes, it is.
That's for her and the baby's daddy to work on. If you a man, that's for
if you take it on,
you can't take that on.
If you take it on this woman,
I mean, you can, but it's who wants to.
That's not gonna be a peaceful life, dog. You ain't gonna be able to be productive on that shit.
Bullshit.
Man, bullshit. I mean, come on now.
Bullshit. Look. Even if you got to bring the father of the child into the conversation, you know what I'm saying?
There's too many bitches out there with good pussy and good kids. For me to be sitting here and good pussy, good friend, good kids, and great personalities. That I could be fucking with.
I come over your house and your child is an extension of you, and this child is disrespectful. Why do I have to deal with that? Like she said, there's a lot of good pussy with respectful children out there. And good grades. They ain't doing anything they need to do in school.
They are.
So why I'm gonna deal with you?
But check this out.
Because that's telling me what you are.
If there are three children, and one of them is disrespectful, what you gonna do with the other two?
All right, now let's talk about this. Now
we're talking about single people. We're talking about single women of men with children. You see what I'm saying? And you coming into a relationship.
You don't marry a problem. If I'm coming into
a problem,
listen,
all marry
but
problem.
it's a different when the problem is generated by you and that other person. When you walk in and it's generated by a third person, you got a whole nother group that you have to deal with to discipline this child. And this is the issue. If that mother has not been able to maintain their house and not been able to develop the respectful children, why would you go into that relationship? That's foolishness.
Look. I hear what you're saying.
I love you, but your child, you're so bad as
No.
Have you ever been around a woman with a disrespectful teenager?
Yes.
Nigga, you look at me eye to eye and you sit up here talking to me like a man. Nigga, I'm gonna catch a case because I'm gonna put my foot in your ass. Right. I ain't got time to call your dad because now, first off, I might have to beat your daddy up right now. Okay. But then second, why would I put myself in that situation?
Sometimes you gotta do that to gain the respect.
See, but what you're gaining is not respect. You're gaining fear. This is why I talk about developing a relationship. And if they're disrespectful, you're not going to be able to develop a relationship so that y'all can have a productive home. Because we need productive homes.
I mean, there's levels of disrespect that mute.
Look, your child could be disrespectful to you. You see what I'm saying? Let me say something. Oh, I've been married a couple times, right? So my second wife, right? So guess what? My son, you hear me? My son, not her son, my son.
Okay.
In our house.
Okay.
Told me.
Mm-hmm.
I used to pick him up for work because he had no car every day, every evening, what I'm saying? He told me one day that I asked him to do something. He said, "You talking to me?" I've been waiting on this.
Oh shit!
I said, you've been waiting on what? Before you know it, his motherfucking head was, how the bevel of a step, how the bevels of steps are right there?
Yeah.
I had his motherfucking neck on the bevel of the steps. I said, boy, and I will kill you. I brought you into this world, and I will take your ass out of here. See, from that point on, there it is. You know what I'm saying?
But that's your son.
No. What I'm saying is that children can even if they ain't children.
Okay, but Donna Hill said you're gaining a criminal record. Okay, especially in today's time, motherfucker, they got the 224 kids and shit, nigga. They be like, you going to jail.
See, in my household, in every household I have been in my household, we don't call no damn police.
Yes, that was back in the Stone Age.
That's still not.
But I'm gonna tell you this.
See, if you call the police, then you got to go with them. Whoever called them got to go with them.
You right about that?
You got to go with them.
That sounds good in theory.
I'm telling you, man. That's the
See,
way
but I'm just saying. I mean,
that's the way I roll.
You're past that now.
That's the way I roll.
Listen, I've been raising young people forever. I ain't gonna say forever, for my life. And the issue is, even when they weren't born of me, I was able to develop a relationship of respect where they knew what they were supposed to be doing in front of me. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Now, this is the issue. What I'm saying is, when I run into an individual, right, me and my sons can have a disagreement about the individual I'm treating or the individual that I'm dating, but they are not to reveal that and be disrespectful to that person, because that's a reflection on us. That's a reflection on Giami, because it's been Giami house for a very long time. And you disrespect me and you disrespect this flag, we got an issue. You understand what I'm saying?
So in a relationship context, though, with dating a single person, I mean, I think it's a different time now, and you put yourself at different risks now. This shit with these kids, I from what I've seen, it ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. There's too many, and even if it's a man, woman going into with a man and he has a daughter that feels like, because I know a person who has a daughter who is real clingy for her father's attention when she thinks he's got any kind of an inkling of, okay. I mean, oh yeah, okay. Thank you. A little inkling of attention from another woman. And as a woman, when I see that shit, I'm not going to be dealing with, I'm not going to be competing with your daughter. She's, we get around, this heifer sitting all on your lap and all this shit, like, nigga, you an overgrown ass motherfucker. What? All of a sudden, when I come around, she all on her daddy.
I'm gonna tell you what was even more dangerous nowadays. Nowadays, to go into a relationship with a woman with girls is dangerous as fuck, because as soon as you get in there, no matter what them girls say, you are guilty until, matter of fact, you're guilty. Fuck proven innocent. Even if you're proven innocent, your whole relationship and your whole career could go down the drain because a little girl say, well, he touched me or he looked at me funny, blah, blah, blah. So we're living in a time where right now young people can actually build up or destroy a whole family life. So in many cases, it might be better for men to just go and find that first woman that don't have no babies.
Or their children are grown. Yeah, everybody got a baby. Or their children are grown.
Everybody ain't got no goddamn.
But that's why when you go in, you got to be very observant to what you're getting into. Be very.
Look. If you go into a relationship when they got girls in there, and if you the goddamn mother, you tell the mother that before the children leave the room, they need to be dressed, they need to have robes on, they need to have pajamas on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm saying
this.
I am saying this because I think when it's not said to your daughters, then they run out, jump on the main lap, even if it ain't the daddy, but it's the daddy. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they're glad to see him. You know, all kind of things
I know
happen.
that's right, Precious.
All kind of things happen. You know what I'm saying? But you have to tell children, look, children, whether we believe it or not, children love discipline.
They do.
They love discipline. If you ain't disciplined, then you got a wreck. You got a wreck about ready to happen.
And I was about to say was building on discipline. If you have to walk in a house with a woman and she has daughters, and you have to instruct the mother that child should be dressed around you, that's already letting you know where that house is, dog. I have let me say this too. No. If a woman,
let me say something real quick.
Come on.
This is something that we need to. That we don't do. This is something that a lot of times we're getting into a relationship new that we don't do, and I've learned through the years. Pay attention. Don't ignore the red flags. That shit right there is a red flag.
If a mama got to tell the girls to put on clothes around a grown man, you have an issue. If you have to argue with somebody about everything, they got to argue about something about everything, you got an issue. Because not the parent, the adult is not running the house, the child is running the house.
Now let me read Madonna Hill's comment. She said, we have to be smarter than the children. Children will get jealous when parents are dating. So true. We should be prepared for this. We know it is coming. Stable households are necessary for generational
wealth.
I'm sorry. What am I doing? For generational success for the children. Exactly. So, let's just be clear. Don't ignore the red flags. And like I said, we live in a different time, and dating single, with children, if you have to be protective of your children, even of the person you're dating, they have to be protective. In my case, if any man that I'm with that has children, that has small children, then, I have to approach it in a certain way. And if I see certain signs, and it's new, you can fill it out. But when it's new, like I'm going to give an example, a guy I dated, he had very small children, like 6, 7 years old. It was 2 of them. And the mother would tell them that I'll be mad if you like his daddy's new girlfriend. Be mean to daddy's new girlfriend when you go over there. That's what the mother would tell the kids. So they would come over but they were so small.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? They would try to be mean.
What's your name?
No, like if I would say, hey, how you doing?
I'm doing horrible, bitch. How you doing?
No, they would just look at me like I was dumb as fuck. They would just give me the stare like, how you doing? Hello. You want some candy?
Fuck your candy, witch.
So anyway, they would just stare at me.
My mama told me not to like you.
But I would buy them little gifts and do little things.
I don't want you
and eventually, because I was just such a sweetheart,
she tried to buy my love.
They just was like, you know what? They told me, my mom said I can't like you.
Right. But you won over that.
But I
did.
did. But they were very small children. They were very so. I think that there's different. Now, when you're talking about a 14, 15-year-old, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
You can't win over children.
Listen, this is the issue. This is the issue. Look, you don't have enough struggles as a black man in the world than trying to win over some children that wasn't disciplined in the first place.
Look, it may not be that
I need you at my school. You need to come work in my school.
It may not
so
be
you can win over some undisciplined children.
I don't disagree with a little more. I think that, because it does take a village, but maybe it just, for me, I ain't going to be the one. You can get somebody else in the village to do it.
The title of this conversation is, look, dating single.
Single with children.
With children, right.
Right, it's a difference.
So you may
So you're not really single.
Wait.
Don't get into that part. You just
so you may not had no man or no woman in your life, and the way your children are, you contain that. You know what I'm saying? But and sometimes like we wanted to say, well, if you got to tell a child to put on clothes, well, sometimes when y'all were together, she didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do that when just was y'all. You know
right. But I understand that. Wait. I understand what he's saying. No. But I get what you're saying, Illumila. So I mean, they may have been used to being this way because it's always been them and the mother, and now this guy is here, so they don't know any different. But once the mother tells them, though,
I'm saying I was getting ready to say that.
Yeah, so I said that's what you were saying.
I was getting ready to say that.
I get what you're saying. So
Get to the point.
this is what he was saying. So once the mother tells him that, tells them to put your shit on, and then they do, then it's cool. But if you have to have a struggle, which is what you're talking
about the struggle
with repeatedly having to do it, then you need to get the fuck on.
Let me say this: when I was dating, I ran into a woman, and her children were always dressed when they came around me. They were always even as I spent more and more time over there. You know what I'm saying? And they would be disrespectful in different ways, but they was never disrespectful to the mother, and it was never disrespectful to me, but their behaviors were different. Now, what I'm saying is they had enough home raising to know what to do.
Okay.
Now, this is the issue. I could wife that. But if I walk in the house and the children ain't listening to you and they doing whatever the fuck they want to do and they being totally disrespectful, as a black man, I don't have the time for that shit. I'm trying to build my career. I'm trying to move forward, and I'm trying to build something for us. And if you got children, they become my responsibility. If I take you on, right. So if I take you on, I'm trying to build wealth for them, and they're disrespectful to you, and they're disrespectful to me. Why do I need that battle?
Because you know why? You know why you need that battle? Because you and the woman you're trying to build for the children with, y'all ain't never had the conversation.
Well,
y'all ain't never had the conversation.
But let me just say this too. I want to make sure I get this point. Many times in relationships as women, we don't introduce our children to our significant others until we know that we're going to want to spend a significant time with the man. However, my experience with that, I don't think, and it's not just me personally, but from other relationships I've seen, I don't think that's the way to go. I think it's fucked up when you get all the way to the point you're like, you know what, we're gonna spend our lifetime together. Then you bring them around the kids, then you realize this motherfucker's an asshole for our children. And here you done spent all this time with this nigga, and I'll build all these emotions up with this nigga. Now you fighting with your emotions between you and you know what I'm saying?
Your children.
That's not me personally. I don't think that's the way to go. There's a way. Just because you have a man, I know a lot of people, males, females. I got a lot of male friends. I got a lot of female friends. And any man that I have the potential of dating, I bring him around. We didn't got to be kissing and making out in front of the kids. I bring him around. Let's go to the movies. Let's go out to eat. Exactly. So I can see how he acts when he sees how my children right away. I need to know right away. That's not something that I want to wait on. Then I done fell in love with your ass and then brought you around the kids. And then this motherfucker want to do fuck shit. No. So, you know, there's a way you can bring men around your children without it looking like you're dating them. They just look like they're another friend. I mean, don't you have male friends that you don't fuck? So, I mean.
Well, you are an outlier in many ways, baby. I'm just saying.
Plenty of women have men that they don't fuck.
And just like when you introduce whenever you decide to introduce your children to anybody, whether it be male or female, this is Mr. So-and-so, and this is Miss So-and-so.
Right.
So that when you say that, they don't be calling you by your first name.
Of course. Yeah,
you got to Because if they calling you by your first name, you know, and they just met you, then, hey, but you need to introduce me as Mr. So-and-so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, all of that helps, man. It helps because it retrains the child. It
gives a level of saying that, you know, that you are this and I am that. You know, I don't.
She said she don't want it.
I'm going to bring it up.
Just give it here if you're going. You know, so it's just a matter of, you know, I mean, telling somebody to say Mr. or whatever.
Schooling and training.
That shows a hierarchy.
Right.
Schooling and training never stopped in relationships.
I've never been in a relationship where somebody else's child called me Mr. I don't even like Mr. at the school.
That's your personal preference. But anyway, so we want to stick to the topic though. What's my class? So
you got two pairs up here.
Them ain't mine. Them's aluminum. So Another thing that I want to get to is
I think on the third one.
Well, they said you shouldn't try. I don't agree with some of this shit, but they say on here you should not try to take the place of your spouse's ex. Which I mean, I agree with that because they're saying that just because they say even if the person's like this one is if the mother is not in the role or the mother has passed away or whatever, this doesn't give you the permission to slip in and be the role of mom. This is what this says. The child has a mom and it isn't you. Mm. The child has the right to love their mom while still having a close relationship with you as a step parent. So I guess it's just saying, which I can see what they're saying, you never going to be, because like my dude's son, one of his sons, his mother is passed away. And you know, I told him, you know, if he wanted to, I would, you know, be that figure in his life because his mother was gone.
But you did a powerful thing.
What?
You gave choice.
Okay.
See, and that's what I believe, that in order for a relationship to work, when you go into these relationships, that children have choices.
Okay.
I never walk in the door as Mr. whatever my last name is.
Mr.
I'm Brother Hatem. Yeah, Brother Hatem. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, and even when I was when I was in foster care, it was never, you never called me Mr. Boom, I'm Brother Hatem or whatever. And they would hear all the other boys call me dad, so they would eventually start calling me dad. But then I have to explain to them what relationship was. Now, if you're calling me that, please understand the weight that goes with that, because there is three things that go. There's three R's in relationship: responsibility, respect, and reciprocity. Don't call me dad if you're not willing to deal with all those.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we got to have those conversations.
Okay, I got all these comments on here from my Facebook. Oh well, I don't know. So it's Kimberly Goen said my first husband hated that I had sons because he was abusive and knew my sons wasn't having it. Okay, Kimberly Goen, I know that's right. See, her sons wasn't having that shit. Because sometimes a man can come into the picture and not be on the right thing, and your children ain't going to go for it. So Shanda says, so should women date with the expectation that this man is supposed to fulfill a parental role, or do they tell the man, my kids don't need another daddy, so don't concern yourself with the kids? Oh, you don't want to do that. Yeah. I was raised by my mom and stepfather. Oh, you done wrote a book, child, and I can't read it all, but
ain't that some shit?
I get what you're saying. I'm not shut. Don't tell me what the hell to do.
It's your show. There we go.
Okay, so
see, this relationship ain't gonna work. Okay, this relationship ain't gonna work.
So shut the fuck up. Anyway, and Warren said it's not minor children, it's them grown-ass children still acting like children, and the single mom is enabling them. That's been his experience for the last 10 years. Let me read that again. Warren said it's not the minor children, it's them grown-ass children still acting like children, and the single mom is enabling.
Okay.
What about that shit?
Okay.
All right. Now,
and do you stay for that? No, I say no, but whatever.
I don't think anything that's taken away because of this. This is the issue for me.
We about to sum it
as
up.
a man, you got to have a purpose, and any woman that you bring in your life need to help you move towards that goddamn purpose. And if the luggage that woman is bringing is not helping you move towards that purpose, then you are going to hell. And you're going to live in hell until you are finally able to move towards your purpose. I'm just saying. That's me. That's Brother Hatem.
Well, let me I want to sum it up real quick. Let me just tag these people because I'm just seeing their messages. I'm so sad. Sorry, y'all, that I'm just seeing these messages. Yeah, we almost at an hour already.
We ain't even opened up the lines, Navita.
Oh, well.
I told you Navita was going to have a hot show.
The lines is open. The lines is open.
Before the show. She
just talks too goddamn much.
Before the show.
Okay, so.
Y'all see how she treat me.
whatever.
Go and vote whether Brother Hatim need to be on the next episode because I need to strike.
I need you to shut up on this.
You see that? Y'all heard her, right? Her abusive ass.
So anyway, so let me just sum some of this shit up, right?
She gonna sum it up. We in trouble.
Okay, somebody speaking the Spanish and I don't understand that. So anyway,
we got people speaking to us in Spanish.
Must be Margarita, right?
No, that's not Mama Margarita.
Mama Margarita, we need somebody to come on and define this shit. Val,
let me just
Tamor North
Okay,
Swace.
what's up, brother Kwame?
Kwame speaks Spanish.
Okay, well I don't care. How about that? So I'm not reading
Y'all
that
hear
shit.
Y'all hear this shit?
Look like shit say Dr. Seuss. I don't know. Anyway,
It might be Dr. Seuss.
So when you're dating, one thing we want to make sure of, men, don't think that you're going to come into the relationship just because you got a dick. You're going to come in the house and I get from the gate and start running shit. You don't got that right.
What?
Period and point blank.
You don't?
That's something that's earned, motherfucker. You don't come in thinking you're going to come in there like, oh, shit, that motherfucker need to wash the dishes. Didn't you just cook? Did he need to wash the dishes? You know what, motherfucker? This is how we've been doing it. You just came in to the picture. You can talk to me about that shit and say, woo, I think he should wash the dishes after you cook or what have you. But to just come in and start barking orders to people's children, that's a big old fucking negative. What?
You ain't got to.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. That was so feminine of you. Listen, all I'm saying is, what do you mean? Can you kind of define just coming in? Is it just like we've been dating for 2 weeks? I come in, I'm over your house, and I got comments on the situation, or we've been dating for a year or whatever, and I got comments. What do you mean just coming in?
Just coming in to me is like, we just met.
Okay.
We're new in the.
So I don't have no responsibility in the house.
Not when we first met.
All right, family. So listen, if you ain't got no responsibilities in that house, shut the fuck up. Is that?
Yes, okay. You don't have no responsibilities.
I'm not paying the electric bill, I'm not paying the gas bill, I'm not paying the water bill. I'm not helping their family, and not helping them move towards a goal. Shut the fuck up, right? If you broke niggas that just think you got big dick and all that, you think you could tell somebody something, shut up. Just shut up.
Because right now we're getting to know each other and all of that. It's one thing if the child is doing something that may be harmful to the child. Like, don't run out in the street, Devontae. You know what I'm saying?
Don't run out in the street. Fuck you.
Or what have you. You know what I'm saying? But stuff like, you know what I'm saying? He need to fold his clothes and hang them up right now. Man, slow down. Slow your roll, nigga. You just got in the picture. You don't need it because I don't know you, nigga. And
but we've been dating for 3 years.
Well, 3 years is a different story. But I don't know. To me,
we've been fucking for 3 years. You gonna tell me just now?
But if you, that's one thing. So don't come into the relationship. And ladies, if you're dating a man with children, because sometimes that can be problematic. Because I've seen women, especially from the biblical sense, it does tell you to put your once you get married or whatever, all the shit goes to the side. But even if you date, but you dating a person, I don't believe
we're talking about dating. We ain't talking about marriage.
Yeah, right. We're talking about dating. Right. So you should not feel like you have to be in competition with the man's daughter, because I know sometimes women do get jealous, and I've heard women say like, every time I turn around, I'm on the phone or I'll be calling. He's talking about, oh, it's my mom, and he hangs up and talks to his mom. I'll be like, what's wrong with that?
I mean, because once again, we get back into that unhealthy shit because it's like, I want to be number one. You know what I'm saying? We are. I mean, we experience a lot of that shit. I mean, like I said, I experienced it because our family, if you think it's bad with your mama, wait till your daughters get grown and they want your time.
Okay, so Paul Dorsey said, what if the woman's house is out of order, but she doesn't think it is? And the man allowed to try and put those things in order?
Run.
Listen, I mean, he can. This is my thing.
Run, nigga.
You can't be knowing me.
Run.
Go ahead. We already said that earlier. But if you coming into the house and if you want that challenge, that's cool, but you can't come in the house after a week and just start barking orders. I don't know you, nigga. I don't know you. Because let me tell you something.
Here's your water bill and your electric bill and your gas bill.
And it's not even all about the bills for me. Oh, okay. I got to know you, motherfucker, because so many times I've seen this happen when a woman will let a man come in and call himself running this shit and fixing shit up, and she don't know the nigga at all, and now he done touched the fucking kids for real. Get to know these motherfuckers first. Period. You don't get to come in here and run shit till I know that I am comfortable with you doing it. I don't give a fuck how many bills. So keep if bills means that you can come over here and dictate my house, which many times it does, then I'll pay my shit until I feel comfortable with knowing that I can trust you with my children. And I'm the type of person early on, if I don't see, especially as I got older, you know, when I was younger, a lot of shit I didn't know. I was young and learning along the way. And what I learned along the way now is that I won't even waste my time if I feel like it's something that's going to be problematic. You can read that if you like. Okay. So, but you know, sometimes I think what happens, like here at GMA, we got to try. And what I think sometimes when a woman has a disruptive household, instead of calling on her man or somebody to do that, you need to call on your tribe to help you get that in order before you bring a man into the situation.
A winner. That's a winner. You know because now you got other men around you that can help vet the men that you have and also help you with the children that you have.
Because it's a different dynamic when it's people in your tribe helping you to get it together than it is a man coming. So if you can get all that shit together with your tribe, you know, and they can help you get that shit together before you bring a man into some shit that may be problematic. So, any other points anybody want to make before we get off of here?
Well, Navita summed it up for men. There's plenty of good pussy out there with obedient children. So find some of those. If you know what I'm saying, they out there and they looking and they are grooming their children because they're like, I don't want to be with the father, or the father has been removed from the situation and they don't want to be there. Family, you do not have to deal with the individual whose life is out of control because their children is an example of what their life is. And if you go into that shit.
Now, let me just, because this is something, and see, I'm kind of torn with this. How do I get back up here and show it? Oh, my God. Okay, so Madonna Hill said, a man in the home is priceless. Look at the statistics for Black children who are raised in fatherless homes. Full-time fathers are in need. And it's not even just the statistics. It's not even just for Black children. It's just period. But it's even higher for Black children. That single women homes, the children have a higher tendency to drop out of high school and be incarcerated. That is very high for people, women, especially Black women with single father homes. So with no fathers in the home. So it's very important that we have fathers in the home. So I think because we live in a different time, and you know, there's when fathers could come in and you would get to know the man, and then eventually sometimes a man would come in and he would get your kids straight. But today's time, I think, is a little different because, you know, with mandatory sentencing and mass incarceration and all that shit coming into play now, any little motherfucker 224 kids, that motherfucker call on your ass and that's your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if we have that if you want to take those risks. If you want to take those risks, that's fine. But like, you know, right now in the Black community, depending on what statistic you look at, for every one Black man, there's like 7 to 12 Black women. So if this one, you know, is having a problem, find you one who got good pussy, good personality, and good kids. That's what I say. And then, you know, the one with the bad kids, they need help because I don't believe leave no child behind. I get that. But with that being said, she need to get with her tribe or build a tribe to get that little motherfucker in order. So, you know, like rites of passage programs and stuff like we offer here at GMA Journey. If you're having trouble with your bad motherfucking kid, bring them on over to GMA Journey.
And bring yourself because your child your child is bad because you are bad.
Not always.
Oh, come on.
You know, there are some children that are just rebellious. But yeah, that's true.
Now, but
that's true.
You see,
okay, so just bring
we
your
can't
kids.
blame all the shit on the kids. They learned it from somewhere.
We can't, but we can definitely bring them on over to the GMA. Let them go through some of our rites of passage. Let them be loved on by us. And
checked. Love comes with respect, responsibility, and reciprocity.
Why is that going on?
Oh, that's just
weird.
That's the beginning. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so well, we about to sum it up here.
Can I do a poem?
Hold on, yeah. Let me just make sure.
We got somebody from somewhere else.
I loved your chat. Thank you for tuning in, BL Martins.
Yes.
I hope
BL, yeah.
I hope I said that right. So, take some of them things into consideration that we talked about today. Don't set yourself up for no case over some good pussy and shit.
And some bad kids.
And some bad kids.
When there's other combinations out there.
Today.
It's some combinations. Navita broke it down for us. There's some good pussy out there with some orderly children. They're very clean. And they're cleaning up the house. And they're going to make your relationship strong. Family, remember, as a man, if you lose your purpose, you lose your family. As a man, you got to have a purpose. This is what the women fall in love with you about.
Yes.
And when your focus become that I got to get these children in order, and it's not what it is about you dealing with the world, you're going to lose everything.
Or you take a risk at it anyway. If you want to take that risk, you can take that risk because a lot of women need that help with them. And that's why I think, it's important to have a tribe.
Right.
And let your tribe help you get that in order. As opposed to, I said, yes, motherfucker. Good Lord. Lumala, you got any last things on the subject matter you want to say?
Me and Lumala beefing right now.
That shit, you know what I'm saying?
Me and Lumala beefing right now. But anyway.
Because Lumala has been in situations like you, and he's been able to
stretch
through and do the damn thing. And and a lot of men did that shit back in the day. But see, a lot of men.
What I don't want to do, I don't want us to go through life, acting like we can't discipline, who we call or what we call bad children based on the system and what they expect out of us. You set the rules. Look, I don't know how to say it, but I'll say it this way: is that children aren't really bad. They just don't have no discipline. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no discipline. You know what I'm saying? So when you bring discipline back into the program, you know what I'm saying? But everybody got to be on board with it. The woman got to be on board with you. You got to be on board with her. I don't care if y'all just dating. Everybody got to be on board.
As a man looking on the outside, if you and Navita got a relationship, and Navita got my baby, and I'm looking at you.
You can come in too. This is about the village. This is about
fuck the village. I don't like you.
Look, this is about the village.
No, this is about being you at this point in time. Fuck the village.
It's about you. It's about you and Navita. If she got your baby,
Navita is kicking it with you. Fuck Navita too.
You encounter motherfuckers like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But look, listen to me.
You don't listen to that. You don't listen to that.
That nigga ain't your dad.
That nigga ain't your dad. I'm your dad.
Before we go to fucking each other, you know what I'm saying? We want you to come on board because we need your help in helping raise your children.
You already start fucking Navita, and that's my.
So it's about you and Navita.
It's about me and Navita now.
Goddamn right.
And Navita, fuck you for fucking that nigga, and he trying to bring order into the house.
So if you are encountering that thing, you might want to step off. That's all. But because Lumala's not gonna stick in there with you
because the woman is going to, put some. It may be about me and you as the two men, but
you was able to turn into something that I couldn't.
If she is my goddamn woman,
nigga, that was my woman first.
And these are your damn children, then she gonna have a plan set up for your black ass.
Can I say something though?
Because you know what? Let me tell you something.
Either you gonna come around respectful or you ain't coming around no more.
You ain't.
That's what she gonna tell you.
Right now, hold on. And I hope that she would do that. But in many cases,
and then you
what's going to happen is
we're going to put your ass on the child support. We're gonna get some money.
I really hate you now.
I hate child support.
But we're gonna.
But child support is a whole nother different story.
But we really gonna get your ass. You know what I'm saying? All we're gonna do is threaten him.
Oh, so you gonna get me back?
He said he ain't gonna do it for real. He just gonna threaten it. But anyway, you know,
so when
like
you come around.
But if you that man that's ready for the fight, go for it. Go for it. You know what I'm saying? But these little motherfuckers today is a different breed to me.
Because
no, they just got more opportunities to fuck up the shit and work for the system.
Because the
system has changed.
I think it's because do we understand the system? That's the number one in dealing with our own children. You know what I'm saying? Because the children didn't say you ain't got to. The system don't say you ain't got to whip that ass. Yeah, the system do not say that.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Believe me.
I don't know.
No, don't believe him. Don't you do that?
Now, I don't know when it does. I can prove it to you.
You disinforming.
The system did not say that.
You cannot whip that
ass. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Would you listen? I am what's called a mandatory.
Don't tell me. Show me.
I'm gonna show you. Let me
show me.
The law says that I am a mandatory. Anybody working in the school is a mandatory reporter.
Let me tell you, I've been in this situation in the school. But go ahead.
If there is any indication that you are abusing this child,
I ain't say abuse.
No,
I ain't say abuse.
See, but
I said whip that ass.
Yeah, but hold on. Listen,
that's
Illuminati.
Abusing.
Illuminati. When you look at the philosophy and you look at the psychology, hold on, and you look
that's why our children are fucked up, because we don't understand what the fuck that shit means.
All right,
okay, I'm gonna tell you what it
means. Gas, I like that.
So, I mean, you haven't, but the situations you have experienced has been before the things have been changed.
Shut up, please.
Let me tell you now. I'm gonna tell you now. Stop. I'm gonna tell you now. I know from a fact because I've been in the situations raising my son in this system, and this works now. Now, I had an incident where my son got caught stealing at Lazarus. Okay? The motherfucker and his friends got caught stealing. The police called me. So I get up to there and I'm in the room. He in the room and the police is in the room. And I grab him to whoop him. And that woman told me, if you put your hands on that boy, I'm gonna have to put you in jail.
Well, let me tell you another thing.
But now
you asked me what is.
Let me tell you another thing. My son.
Look, tell him, Jennifer.
My son. My son, you know something about the same age.
How old is your son?
34 now.
Nigga, that was back in the 80s.
No, that don't mean nothing. We just in 2000 now. We just in 2000.
Look, Jennifer Adams said Child Protective Service are not playing those games. They ain't playing them games no more.
Look. You just talking about hearsay. Show me in writing where they say you can't whip your child. Look, my son was with him and some guys left high school and they went burglarized this woman's house. The police called me at my job. I said, you sure you got the right person? You know what the hell they said? Your name is Illuminati woman? Yes, we got him then. You know, come on down here. I went down there and you know what I told the damn police? Where the hell he at?
Illuminati was in the 80s.
I said, bring his ass out here.
80s.
Wait a minute. I said, bring him out here. And I punched him in his motherfucking mouth. In the jailhouse.
He is a hunt. About you. No allegations are okay. If we don't report CPS suspected abuse, even if the kids say it and we don't see it, we get fired or our license will be revoked.
Look.
This is we talking about back then. Listen.
Look. Well, guess what? You can say what you want to say. Guess what? And the teachers can teach the way they want to teach. You see what I'm saying? And you will always be. You will never have control.
Exactly.
You will never have control.
That's the point.
Why you ain't that teacher?
But nobody.
Because if you're a teacher, if you're a teacher, too much is given, much is required. If you're a teacher, you see what I'm saying? So you better get that shit under control. And I'm not talking about in the school. I ain't talking about in the school. I'm talking about at your damn house.
I mean, but see, this is the risk. Listen, this is the risk you take today. If you do that, you don't know. Now you can get a police officer who may be like, you know what, do what you got to do and keep it moving.
Want to bring your son to jail,
right? But listen,
you want to prevent him from going to jail,
right?
Spank that ass when he's young, so when he get older, he'll know.
And I agree with that. However, when it comes to stepchildren and we talking about the risk you may be taking, then they calling the police on you.
It's not
I ain't
working.
never
Talking
had that
about-
shit happen to me.
Because
You don't live in today's
this is what I'm
time. It's a
saying.
different time
You
today.
are from a whole different generation,
No, I ain't.
dog.
I'm from the same generation
You're
you
not
from.
a generation. No.
Yes, I am.
You are a boomer.
Yes,
I am
am.
an X. I understand
No,
because
I
they
ain't no
start
boomer.
putting that.
I'm a boomer, but you ain't no ex. You're a boomer too.
No,
I'm not a
Shit.
damn
we're
boomer.
not. We're Generation X.
No. Look, shit
Lumina,
is the way
I'm
it is
trying to tell
because we
you.
misinterpret
Oh,
the law.
Lumina, listen to me. All I'm saying is,
We misinterpret the law.
well, what I'm saying is,
Black folks have always
Impre-
misinterpreted the law.
Illumina, let me say this to you.
I know
Please.
you can't do
Please.
that shit, especially in front of motherfuckers.
You
you doing your
are right now. But what I'm saying to you is that abuse is, be quiet. Abuse is according to who witnessed it. So if I was raised in a house that came up on this Dr. Spock shit, right? Well, you are not supposed to discipline your child in the way that you're talking about, and it does not fit in with my mores, or possibly I don't even give a damn about your family. You spanked your child in front of me. I have to report that shit. And if I don't report that shit and it comes out, then my whole livelihood is at stake. So every time somebody come up into where I'm at and do some shit, I have to think about Cleve,
And like
Sasha, and Gina.
And like
Come
she
on,
said,
man.
whether you seen it or not, if a kid even comes to tell you, like, I got a whooping last night, I got my ass whooped, that can put you in jeopardy.
That puts you in jeopardy.
It's a different.
Look. Look. All I'm saying
We
is
about to tie it
keep
up.
doing what you're doing, and the results gonna be right in front of your face.
Nobody arguing that point. No, listen,
No,
we're not arguing. We're not saying that
I'm saying the reason why we do what we
this is
do
why-
because we misinterpret the law.
No, it's
The reason
not
why our
misinterpreting
children-
the law,
the
nigga.
reason
It's
why-
not misinterpreting
The
the
reason
law.
why our children do what
We
they
got-
do because we
We got
misinterpret the law.
we got actual cases that we could go to if you want me to pull the motherfucking cases
Pull
up.
the motherfuckers. Let me read the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you the
I've
opposite.
seen it too. I've seen it too.
And I'll
But
tell you the
anyway,
opposite.
but you know, that's
I want to read my damn poem.
let
All right.
Hatim
Read
read
your
his
damn
poem.
poem. Shit,
And we
read.
gonna get the fuck. I don't even see how this all we got in all of this
I'm
shit.
just saying.
Well, I mean,
you
this is
know
what
I'm
happens when
saying?
we have real conversations.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
saying.
This poem is called The Power of the P.
Okay.
The world is twisted. The world is twisted. I find it hard to understand how the power of woman has been contorted by man. You see, I have spent many of hours contemplating the facts. Now I want to take some time to shed some light in what holds her back. Women, you do not understand your power. Women, you do not understand your power. And because you don't understand your power, you lose it by the hour. It is in the beginning, you were worshipped. You were worshipped as the living image of the divine. Now it's just killing me to see some of you running around like you lost your goddamn minds.
Goddamn.
You have
mind.
forgot the power of the pussy. You have allowed your power to be marginalized. You have been convinced that nothing but sin and corruption lies between your thighs. But let's keep it real and open up our eyes. It is not, if not for the fertility and power of the pussy, all humankind would die. It's not totally all your fault. I can pinpoint to you when the power of the pussy began its fall. It began with a few jealous fallen souls who felt you held too much power and wanted to take control. They had to destroy your mystique to take your place. They had to construct stories that showed your fall from grace. They knew you were too powerful to be overthrown by the hands of men, so they figured out how to eclipse the power of the pussy through the power of the pen. You see, the pen, like the pussy, gives birth. But if properly protected, the seeds of the pen can live immortally on earth. The seeds of your womb live for a short lifetime. The goal of the pen was to repeat tales, myths, and laws that control your seed's mind. And through the seeds of the pen of you, the world see the worst. And now your beauty, body, emotions, magic, and even your sacred days of communion with nature are seen as a curse. The world is twisted. The world is twisted. You see, in the beginning of writing, the pen was controlled by me or by men. Now you have the ability to combine the power of the pussy and the power of the pen. Tell your stories. Make things right. Use the motion of the pen to rewrite to your divine heights, to re-rise to your divine heights. Allow the world to see the real you, write, speak, sing, and scream your story, myths, and legends until the truth shines through. You are the mother of the world. Make this fact respected and known. The world can never be right until you take your throne. But don't get big-headed. God damn it. Don't you get big-headed. I'm just saying. Don't be snapping on my shit. You clap on my shit.
You know, and Paul Dorsey, he works in the school service too. And he said you're only allowed to tap your kids on the ass only, according to Children's Services. And that's tap them on the ass. But anyway, y'all, thanks for joining us on Blunt Talk today.
It was a great talk. How do you feel about the show today?
I think it was pretty good. I hope. I know my heat's on hell. I gotta turn it down.
I thought it was.
I was cold earlier, so thank you guys for tuning in. Hit us up again next week. Same black time.
Same black channel.
We may have a continuation of this shit because we ain't finished with this shit yet.
The elder has spoken, even though I don't agree with him.
He hit your kids in the mouth. I don't care who the fuck around.
I ain't say hit him in the mouth.
Yeah,
well, you hit your son in the mouth.
I punched him in the mouth in jail. Why?
Gender. So from the surface, he might look a little black. Just a little smidge. But then on the inside,
no different what year.
It does make a difference
you
what
mean
year.
to tell me?
Why you always want to argue with me? You just argue with me to argue with me.
You mean to tell me that
what?
Just because of 2021 and you was born in 1945 that you gonna go and disrespect your mother?
And that's supposed to be over. We still on that.
Illumina. Listen to me, man.
I'm about to
listen.
Hold on.
Things change over time. You do realize that, right?
No. Things don't change.
Yeah.
People.
Bye, y'all.
No law. Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Gianni Journey, see some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. We'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Gianni Journey, and let's build together.
Illumina. It's not always.
I'm
not saying that.
They still going
I got arrested.
Y'all.
I got arrested
still going at
because I whooped my child's ass. Would you come bail me out?
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
Now, would you help me pay for the lawyer?
You ain't gonna need no fucking lawyer.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna be your fucking lawyer.
Somebody pray for us.
I'm gonna be your fucking lawyer.
No, hell no.
No,
nigga, no. I would be out there having me on an electric chair by the time you got done with that shit.
Look, you might as well get a public defender.
I might as well put gas on my jaws and light them motherfuckers myself.
As long as you can whip your daughter, as long as any one of your children, as long as I don't see. Wait, let me feed you. As long as I don't see her fucking eye all bruised up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because our parents used to whip us, and guess what? You ain't see our eyes and shit all bruised up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm punching the goddamn man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, thank you.
So there are circumstances, man,